Hello, this is Beth with Salida Circus, and today we're making a wacky balloon ball. You can play with it at home. It could also be decoration for a party that you're having. So for this one, we're not using the 260s that we've been using. We're going to use round balloons, and they can be any size from, I made one with these 4-inch water balloons I found at the dollar store, to they have 5-inch balloons, 7-inch balloons. They make 9-inch balloons, which I don't have with me right now, or 12-inch balloons. So you could pick any of those sizes, but you need 6 all the same size, and your balloon pump, of course. Now these you could actually do without the balloon pump because these are easier to blow up no matter which size you get. So first I'm going to show you how to make the balloon. You can watch the first time, and then the second time I'll do it slower and we can do it together. So I'm going to do this one with 5-inch balloons. I want to blow each one up until they're round. So if you blow this up all the way, I'll show you. No matter which size you have, if you blow it up all the way, it's oval and looks more like an egg. We don't want that shape. We want a round shape. So instead, I'm going to stop where it's round. Maybe even more. There we go. So now it's nice and round like a ball. And I'm going to tie it in a knot. And for this design, you can use any colors you want. They can be 6 different colors. You can mix and match to decide what you want to do. I'm going to put 2 yellows, 2 oranges, and 2 purples. For these I found a really fun design. They match my hat. They have the polka dots, but you could use a regular balloon as well, like I did on my first design. So now I'm going to blow up the second round balloon. And I want to make sure it's the same size as the other balloon I started with, so I'm going to kind of hold them together and look at them. It looks like this balloon needs a little more air. So now I'll look at them again, and that's about the same. So I'm going to tie this one into a knot. And then I'm going to tie these 2 together. Alright, I'm going to do that for all the sets. So I have a set of yellow, a set of orange, and then last I'm going to have a set of purple. Blow those up, and I'm going to test it off of this one. It needs a little more air. It doesn't have to be exact, but it looks good if they're all about the same size. And my orange one. So now I have 2 oranges and 2 yellows. I just set the yellow aside, and now I'm about to set the orange one aside and do the purple. And so now I blow up my purple. I make it about the same size as the rest. And my last balloon, number 6. Tie them together. So now that I've tied them all together, I have 3 sets of 2. A purple set of 2, a yellow set of 2, and an orange set of 2. I'm going to take 2, it doesn't matter which 2. I have the purple and the yellow. I'm going to crisscross them like an X and make a twist so that I have kind of like this design here where it's every other color. Then I'm going to take the orange and fold it in. So I take the orange and mix it in here, do a twist as well. And it can be arranged any way. I like it so that the colors are across from each other. So there we have our polka dot balloon ball. It's a lot of fun. Okay, so now we're going to do it together. This time I'm going to use my 7-inch balloons, and I have 1 of each color. So if you haven't gotten your supplies already, you can pause it now to go get your supplies. So that's your balloons, and either your lungs and oxygen ready to blow them up, or your balloon pump. So for the first one, we're going to blow up our pink balloon. And as you can see, it's an egg shape. So if your balloon is also an egg shape, you want to deflate it a little. Now obviously this isn't 7 inches because it's a 7-inch balloon based on how big it is when it's fully inflated, which would be more of an oval shape. So I'm going to make it smaller. The thing about making the balloons smaller as well is that they're less likely to pop. So if you were going to take these outside to play, or if you had a party that you were going to use them for, you might want to make them smaller so that they last longer and don't pop. The more you fill it with air, the bigger chance it's going to pop. So we're going to tie this one in a knot. They're also easier to tie in a knot when you fill them with less air. It gives you more space on the end. So I have one ready. Now we'll blow up our second one together. And you want to hold that against your pink balloon to see if they're about the same size. Now I'm going to use my pink balloon as the judge for every single balloon to judge the size. That's because the pink one's the first one I did, and if I keep using the last one I did, they might get progressively smaller or progressively bigger as I go. So I'm going to keep this one to the side as the one that I judge the size against. So we already have 2, now we'll do our third one. Let's measure it. Okay. And it's okay if you need to stop and put more air into the balloon. No problem, just pause it and you can catch up. So the yellow one's my third one. We're going to do the fourth. And measure them against each other. That one looks like it could use a little more air. And now I need to deflate it till it's about the same size. All right, there's number 4. Now you have your 5th balloon. And before we tie it, we're going to measure it against the pink one. And now your final balloon. Number 6. So let's measure it against the pink one again. I'm going to let a little air out. Oh, that was too much air, so let me put more in. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. It actually could be fun to make it lopsided. I've never done that before, but that could be fun, or to even use different size balloons. So now we're going to tie 2 together. Since this time I didn't have a color pattern, I have 6 different colored balloons. It doesn't matter which ones I tie together. So you can pick up 2 and tie them together. Now let me show you what this looks like. If you've never tied 2 balloons together before, you're going to hold them here and cross the edges of each color. So I have my red balloon and the red tail. Then I have my green balloon and the green tail, making an X. All right, and then you're going to twist it around. So right now I have the red closest to me and the green furthest away, and I'm going to twist it, the one that's closest to me, around the outside. So I don't know if you can see there, they're twisted together. And I could twist it again just to be safe. We could twist it a few times, and then we tie our knot. All right, so there I have 2. You can make sure it's really tied together by pulling on it, and you can see they're attached. So let's do that again. It's okay if you didn't catch it the first time. So we're going to crisscross. I have my blue balloon and I'm pulling, and my orange balloon and I'm pulling. I'm crisscrossing the 2. I'm going to twist it around once or twice and then tie it in a knot. So now I have 2 pairs, and I'm going to make the final pair. We'll do it slowly one more time together. By now, if you've done the 2, it should be a little easier. You should have it ready. So we're going to cross it. We're going to go under once. You really only need once, but I'll do twice just because we're learning. And then tie it in a knot. All right, so now we're going to cross. We have 3 pairs. First off, let's count. Let's make sure we're all in the right place. 3 pairs, and we're gonna mix 2 together. So the way we're gonna do this is a lot like how we did the top, except we don't have to tie the knot. So we're gonna make a crisscross. So I have 1 pair and 1 pair. I'm going to crisscross them and twist them around each other. So I start it with the pink on one side and the orange on the other, and I'm gonna switch places. And then I switch places again. So that way it's nice and secure. So we have that. And then this one is a little trickier because it's the extra one that goes on top. You're gonna squeeze it through the middle. So this is the way the ball looks, is it's the 4 and then 2 sticking out. And that could hold it, but that's not secure. And we want it nice and secure so that when we're playing it with it, playing catch, that it doesn't come undone. So the one that I added was the red and the green. And we're just gonna pick any balloon, it doesn't matter as long as it's one of the 4, as long as it's not the red or the green. So you're gonna pick the red plus any balloon around the outside, and you're gonna twist them 2 or 3 times. And then you can arrange the balloons in any order. It doesn't have to be the order we put them in on. I can say, oh, I think the pink would look better next to the orange, and move that there like that. So you can twist them around. So now you have a ball you can play games with. Of course you can play with the regular balloon too, but this is a little bit more festive and fun. Also, if you're having a party, you could hang these up around the room for decoration. To do this part, you're going to need some kind of ribbon or yarn or thread. I don't have much because right now there's a coronavirus quarantine, so we can't go shopping at the store, but I had this in my sewing kit. It's a little bit like thicker thread. So you could even use thread, you could use fishing wire or monofilament that you might have in a toolbox somewhere, and then it would be clear, then you wouldn't see it. Or you might have something colorful you want to hang it from. And then you'll need scissors. Let's see if I have my scissors today. Uh-oh, let's see if we can find them. I'm gonna pause it for a second and I'll be right back. All right, here I am. I found my scissors and I have my thread. Hopefully when I paused it, you paused it too to go get your materials if you want to do this. So you're gonna put some thread out, however much you want for it to hang from the ceiling, and cut the piece off. You want to leave a little extra because we're going to use part of it to attach it. And let's use this one for our party decoration to hang from the ceiling. So we don't even need to tie this in a knot because we have so many balloons here. You could take your thread or string, whatever you're using, and just wrap it around different balloons, kind of zigzag and figure 8. And there it'll hold in place. So you don't even need a knot, and you could hang it from the ceiling of your house to have a party. You could tape it to the ceiling. It also could be kind of a fun, like, piñata sort of thing. I don't know. See what ideas you guys come up with. I'd love to hear if you have any unique ideas or fun creations that you made with the balloons as balls or as party decorations. I'd love to see it. You can send me an email. My email address is right here. Talk to you guys soon. Hope you're doing well.